January 1st 2030 to January 6th 2030 to January 10th 2030 to January 14th 2030 to January 19th 2030 to January 20th 2030 to January 21st 2030 to January 22nd 2032. January 23rd 2030 to January 24th 2030 to January 25th 2030 to January 26th 2030 to January 27th 2030 to January 28th 2030 to January 29th 2030 to January 30th 2032. January 31st 2030 to February 1st 2030 to February 2nd 2030 to February 3rd 2030 to February 4th 2030 to February 5th 2030 to February 6th 2030 to February 11th 2032. February 12th 2030 to February 13th 2030 to February 14th 2030 to February 21st 2030 to February 24th 2030 to February 25th 2030 to February 26th 2030 to February 27th 2032. February 28th 2030 to March 1st 2030 to March 3rd 2030 to March 5th 2030 to March 6th 2030 to March 7th 2030 to March 14th 2030 to March 17th 2032. March 23rd 2030 to March 24th 2030 to March 25th 2030 to March 27th 2030 to April 1st 2030 to April 2nd 2030 to April 3rd 2030 to April 4th 2032. April 5th 2030 to April 6th 2030 to April 7th 2030 to April 8th 2030 to April 9th 2030 to April 10th 2030 to April 12th 2030 to April 15th 2032. April 18th 2030 to April 19th 2030 to April 20th 2030 to April 28th 2030 to May 1st 2030 to May 9th 2030 to May 10th 2030 to May 11th 2032. May 12th 2030 to May 14th 2030 to May 17th 2030 to May 21st 2030 to May 22nd 2030 to May 25th 2030 to May 28th 2030 to May 29th 2032. May 30th 2030 to May 31st 2030 to June 1st 2030 to June 7th 2030 to June 9th 2030 to June 11th 2030 to June 13th 2030 to June 14th 2032. June 15th 2030 to June 16th 2030 to June 17th 2030 to June 18th 2030 to June 19th 2030 to June 20th 2030 to June 21st 2030 to June 22nd 2032. June 23rd 2030 to June 24th 2030 to June 25th 2030 to June 26th 2030 to June 27th 2030 to June 28th 2030 to June 29th 2030 to June 30th 2032. July 1st 2030 to July 2nd 2030 to July 3rd 2030 to July 4th 2030 to July 5th 2030 to July 6th 2030 to July 7th 2030 to July 8th 2030 to July 9th 2032. July 10th 2030 to July 11th 2030 to July 12th 2030 to July 13th 2030 to July 14th 2030 to July 15th 2030 to July 16th 2030 to July 17th 2032. July 18th 2030 to July 19th 2030 to July 20th 2030 to July 21st 2030 to July 22nd 2030 to July 24th 2030 to July 27th 2030 to July 30th 2032. August 1st 2030 to August 5th 2030 to August 7th 2030 to August 8th 2030 to August 10th 2030 to August 16th 2030 to August 17th 2030 to August 18th 2032. August 19th, 2030 to August 20th, 2030 to August 21st, 2030 to August 22nd, 2030 to August 29th, 2030 to September 1st, 2030 to September 9th, 2030 to September 10th, 2032. September 11th, 2030 to September 12th, 2030 to September 19th, 2030 to September 22nd, 2030 to September 23rd, 2030 to September 24th, 2030 to September 30th, 2030 to October 1st, 2032. October 2nd, 2030 to October 13th, 2030 to October 27th, 2030 to October 29th, 2030 to November 16th, 2030 to November 18th, 2030 to November 22nd, 2032. November 24th, 2030 to November 26th, 2030 to November 27th, 2030 to November 30th, 2030 to December 1st, 2030 to December 7th, 2030 to December 25th, 2032. December 29th, 2030 to December 30th, 2032.